can hear that sound who listens to this podcast, but when you start it now, it says recording in progress, and
I've
it's
never heard that.
dude. It's new. Have you done a Zoom podcast before?
Well, like we recorded the quiz show a couple weeks ago for OTL, and
Yeah.
like we all had to press record, and I never heard that.
Yeah, it's new. It started
Oh,
maybe like it's new now. Yeah, it's horrible. I've been using Zoom for like, oh my god, probably like, I don't know, 14, 15 months,
yeah.
and like it never had that, and they added it, and I mean, I guess it's not. They could just put a banner on the screen. I think that's what they used to do before.
That is what they did. The same thing. They did both.
Well, I don't see, like, unless you're Helen Keller, like, even if you're Helen Keller, it's actually useless. But unless you're Stevie Wonder, like, it's the most useless thing ever. Like, I don't need to
Yeah.
hear, is there recording in progress? Anyways, welcome back to the Mike Watch. I'm Mike, and I'm not here with Mike today. I'm here with Curtis. Mikey's he's up north right now, and I got nothing else better to do. So I want to get Curtis on here. And you're technically the first guest, eh? We never actually had a guest. We've only done me and Mike for the past 15 months. So yeah, welcome. You're the first guest. So I don't
Honored.
know what that, it doesn't really mean anything, but yeah, I've Curtis here. I've known Curtis for a while now that I think about it. But yeah, because Bible camp back in the day, dude. Bible camp, soccer.
That'd be like
Anyways.
what, like 10 years now then?
Jeez, dude. Probably.
Something like
I was
that.
doing that at like super young, dude. But yeah, Curtis likes movies. We like a lot of the same stuff. So I thought it'd be interesting. And he's a good guest, I guess. I'm not sure how to put it, but he's good on the mic. Fun to talk with. So Curtis is here. I'm here. No Mike. This is episode 48, I believe, or coming up to episode 50 soon. And we're gonna talk about lots of useless, unimportant shit like we always do. We're bracing for a big, amazing Spider-Man conversation.
Oh, buddy.
Because we're big, amazing Spider-Man fans. And then what else we got? Zack Snyder Justice League conversation. I know Curtis is interested in that, so we're gonna have that little discussion on the pod. And then we got the Euros coming up. We'll talk about the Euros because this isn't really a fun podcast anymore. Because why not?
And Loki.
Free country and Loki. Yeah, and a Loki review, episode 1. They only dropped 1, right?
Yeah, they only dropped because it's only 6 episodes.
Yeah,
so they only dropped
that's
1.
fine. Okay, so we'll let's start with the Loki review. We'll get that started with the Loki review. So what did you think about? Actually, what did you think about quickly? Just what did you think about WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier?
I think the main issue with WandaVision is kind of well documented. I think at this point that the way they set it up, and I think this is some issues with the whole filming during the pandemic because they kind of talked about that, especially with Doctor Strange showing up at the end. I think there was some, but like the theorizing, I think that kind of like even myself, like I got into that too. I thought for sure that Reed Richards was showing up, and it never happened.
Dude, I told Mike in the pod, I'm like, I bet my college tuition that Magneto will show up. I'm like, Magneto's gonna show up. I'm like, I'll literally bet my mother's life that Magneto's gonna show up. And then there was like, and I thought it was gonna happen in episode 8 or 9 when she was going back in the past and she
so 8,
like
8.
I was like, dude, she's a mutant. She's a mutant, dude. She had these powers since she was a kid. I'm like, she's a mutant.
Yep.
Bring Magneto in. Bring him in. Where is he? Bring him out. Like it's fucking more like it's Murray. Just bring him out. And then nothing. So I was like, okay, well, anyways.
Like that was, I don't know, the theorizing, because I thought that overall the show was really good, but the finale was a bit disappointing. It was kind of a classic Marvel thing where it's like they fight, it's big over.
CGI fight, yeah.
Exactly. Which I was hoping a bit more in the way that WandaVision was set up. And they had a really good writing in that show. Like I like the whole premise of it, especially with the whole sitcom aspect. They're like the first, I think that lasted like the first like 5 episodes, 6 episodes.
Yeah, it lasted for like 6 or I think the first 6 or 7. It was pretty had the sitcom element, which is interesting.
And then, but overall, like I liked it. Obviously, I enjoyed it. Like they fleshed out Wanda pretty well, and especially Vision in terms of like transforming him into the White Vision now whenever he shows up. I guess I can't really pinpoint, like looking at the schedule, when he's going to show up.
No, it's COVID really it messed up the MCU more than I thought it would, like in terms
Yeah.
of the direction they were going in. The shows I always thought were a good idea, just because like I was thinking about this like literally like an hour ago. I'm like, if you
Mhm.
want to win, like as a company and like as a pop culture brand, you have to win over the 13-year-old girls. You have to. And I'm telling you, I've never seen so many like girls. Like I don't see them in person, but like online,
Oh yeah,
like the like they are obsessed with all like Wanda and Loki
Bucky.
and Bucky. Like
Bucky's bad.
they won. It's over. Like DC doesn't have it. All they have is Harley Quinn and like Joker, but like they can Joker pretty much.
Basically.
Well, he's in the Snyder
Yeah.
cut, but for 3 minutes. And anyways, that we'll get to that later. I don't
Hmm.
want to rant about that right now. Harley Quinn's movie kind of flopped, so that's not even they don't even really have that anymore. And like they Ben Affleck, like he's
Yeah.
out. Robert Pattinson's in though.
I'm excited.
Robert Pattinson's in, but yeah, WandaVision and WandaVision in general was just it was frustrating to
Hmm.
watch. I felt like because they kept I felt like they were pulling their punches like really badly. Like it was so many times, not even like with the theories, just like from a storytelling aspect where like they didn't utilize um enough like emotion like actual emotional heartbeats and like flesh them out.
Hmm.
They would just like when she had depression in that one episode for like 5 minutes, I was like legitimately intrigued and like, oh my god, this is actually interesting.
Hmm.
And they canned it, and they went right to the fucking witch bullshit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, that would be insane if they told like a postpartum like depression story through this thing. Like I would never expect that. That's like
Exactly.
so interesting. And they're just like, no, we're just gonna do fucking witch lady who no one gives a fuck about. So it was like, okay. And then especially even with the mutant thing, I felt like there was an interesting story to tell there with their
Hmm.
past. And I don't know. I feel like there was a lot of missed opportunities for a show that had like actual talented writers on there and such an interesting concept. I thought with the
Yeah.
sitcom stuff as well, but it was. I thought it was okay.
Hmm.
I wasn't super impressed.
And then we ended up with Ralph Boner.
Ralph Boner was yeah. Like whoever thought of that idea, I think should be burned in an oven.
Yeah. Like I get the
So
whole point of like
that was stupid.
having a fake out, but you made it 10 times worse just by making his name Boner because you're gonna get clowned on the internet for that.
What was the point? I didn't see the point in him. I don't get
Like
the point of that. It wasn't even like a good. It wasn't even like that funny though. It was just like I'm just sitting there and I'm like, so now he's just a regular. Okay.
like obviously I think there's some people that think there might be more to it because they mentioned like Jimmy mentions like the first episode he has a witness in there a witness protection program in there. I don't think they ever confirm who that actually is,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I think like I remember in episode 4 when like Evan Peters showed up.
Yeah.
It was a big fucking or episode 4 or 5,
Dude, I
one of the
shit
two.
myself
Yeah, like it was a
when
big fucking deal.
I was talking to people. And I'm like, is nobody here just like crying? Like the X-Men are in the MCU. Like it's happening, dude. Like this is. I was like I was going nuts and like, but I wasn't even mad that it wasn't even X-Men. It was like that paired with like, dude, she's a mutant. Like I
Yeah,
literally like screamed like she's a mutant. Like and my brother was like debating me like, no, she's not. Like it's just a thing. And I'm like, dude, what? She has powers as a kid. Like, do we explain why she has those powers since she was a kid?
I don't think so, but I think that was the point because they were trying to confirm that because everyone thought she just got it from the stone when they experimented on her, but they showed
Yeah,
I think they showed that she had the powers and then the stone amplified them.
sure. Yeah, that did
Yeah.
happen. But like, but she had the powers though.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. They
You know what I
never
mean? Like, she
actually
had the
confirmed.
powers,
Yeah.
and like,
Hmm.
I'm not sure if they just kind of they just did that without really thinking about it, or they're gonna set it up later. Possibly is what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
But I don't like that either. I don't like the idea of making limited series that don't really have a full story in there. That's like not. a good idea, I think, from a storytelling aspect, like to make, but they're not really. I don't think they really give a fuck. They're just trying to build up their movie. The TV shows were always supposed to be a interesting way to get people to subscribe to Disney Plus,
Yeah.
but then go send them to the theater after.
That's the one issue that I've also heard from people that some people might think happened is because the one thing they said when they brought out the shows and they said this is that you do not need to see the shows to understand the movies. Because some casual people aren't going to watch the shows. It's just facts. And
Yeah,
some will watch the movies. And they basically said that the shows help, but the movies you can watch on their own. But the issue with that is that there's a chance they save all the like they might build it up in the show, and then all the big stuff will happen in the movie.
but like the big stuff in WandaVision, I felt like emotionally that would have been paid off. Like I feel like they didn't do it because they wanted to do it in the movie, and I'm like, and I wasn't gonna like, especially with her being a villain and like the repercussions of that, and like,
Yeah.
dude, she literally held hundreds of people hostage and like didn't feed their kids and like I'm sure a couple of them probably just died of starvation and like stress and like had heart attacks and like just strokes. You know what I mean? Like, and nothing happened. Like, she's a
Nope.
fucking serial killer, dude. Like, she's a psychopath, and like, she's just in a fucking cabin in like Alaska. Where is
Yeah,
she?
wherever she. I don't know. I don't think they said
Like,
where she is, but like it's up north.
yeah, like Greenland. Like, I don't. We don't know where she is. Like, I just don't understand why they have to wait. Like now, for like, I'm not gonna sit here and like, I'm not a critic, but if I'm gonna
Yeah.
critique your show and you don't want to finish the story during the show, I'm gonna say it was a mediocre show, and that like it's okay if you want to watch like Paul Bettany be like do his best fucking what's his face Kelsey Grammer impression for like 9 episodes, and like the only honestly there was like my favorite. I don't want to go into like a full WandaVision review, but anyways,
Yeah.
there was the scene at the end when they're putting their kids to bed.
Yeah. That was, yeah.
Dude, I almost started crying, and I was like, that shit was tight as fuck. There's some really good lines in
Yeah.
that
There is.
show,
Yeah. There is.
and like, and I mean like some of the best stuff I've seen in the MCU to date.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I just thought it was mediocre. But anyways, Loki, and we'll Bucky and Falcon Winter Soldier. I feel like there's nothing much to really say about it. It was fun,
Yeah. I thought it
fun
was like
action
that's why
show.
it was like a buddy cop show.
Yeah, I was like, cool. This is fun. I like the comedy in it.
Yeah.
The racial stuff in it was odd, but it was I was expecting it
Yeah.
at the end
I think it
when
makes sense though in
yeah,
terms. Yeah.
it made
Yeah.
sense. I think it was I think it was interesting. It felt I don't say it felt forced, but it did feel like at the end. I didn't feel
Mm-hmm.
forced up until the end when he was talking to those like government officials and
Yeah.
he's like and I'm like, okay, this is I don't like this. This is not this feels weird. But everything else like uh with the old Captain America guy,
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That
That's
stuff
why
was
like
but when he's like at the government official, he's like, you guys gotta do better. Like you guys should do yeah. I was like, okay, man, whatever.
that's why the Bradley stuff was good, and then that's what I think. Like I think that's all they needed because
100%.
they showed what he suffered back when he was Captain America,
Yeah.
and they kind of just tried to transition that onto Sam. Especially
Yeah.
like honestly, I was fine with how when he goes to visit him the first time in Baltimore or whatever, and the cops show up
Yeah.
and they don't know like he's the Falcon, and then he tells them like even that was justified
Interesting.
enough to just keep that before having
Yeah.
this long drawn out exposition at the end that just kind of was like
What he tried to be like I'm okay for a second, and I'm like, I don't think
yeah.
you or anybody cares. I just thought it was like such an moment,
Yeah.
and you can't have moments in that type of topic because
Mm-hmm.
it'll sour it. I feel like, but I found it interesting in the beginning too. Like, I did like the idea that like they didn't want him as Captain America because he wasn't white,
Yeah.
and I liked it because that wasn't like explicit. I felt like in the beginning, but I as soon as they were like you made the right choice, and then you see that guy who like looks like he's a fucking Nazi become Captain America. You're like, oh, and then like the whole bank scene where they're like, that bank scene had some racist undertones in there too, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, see where they're going with this, and it was kind of interesting. But that fucking scene at the end where he's like, "Yeah, freaking government officials do better," and I'm like, "Oh God, why'd you have to do that?
Like if
Why'd
they
you have
would
to
have
do
left
that?"
that out and just wrapped it up with him getting Bradley the statue in the
Yeah,
Smithsonian and just left that out, I think that paid off more.
yeah, 100%.
Like,
But I thought it was Baron Zemo was always great as a
oh,
character.
Zemo was great.
Zemo's great. The Wakanda stuff was weird.
Yeah, I
It was
think
weird. It felt that was one thing too, where I was like, I don't know why this has anything to do with anything here.
I get
But
it in terms of yeah, Bucky was transformed in Wakanda and
there was
Zemo
nothing
has
there, like at all, story wise. There, like it
yeah,
was
it
just
didn't
like
make sense.
they're like, we hate you because that thing from like 700,000 years ago, where like you did that thing to our king.
Yeah, realistically,
It's like
that was like 8 years ago in the actual
I'm like,
timeline.
well, where was he for the past? Well, why didn't you get him then? Did he get blipped? I was so confused.
Uh
I'm like,
yeah,
why didn't you arrest him 5 years ago?
I don't know.
Why now? Like, why show up in the middle of this and be like, I have to get the Baron Zemo because he's a bad guy, and he's like, dude, we're trying to save the fucking world, and you're like, I have to arrest Baron Zemo. It's like, okay, Wakanda, okay, all right, just come in, sure, just make a mess, like, just make this worse for everybody. You guys are really helping right now. Thank
And
you.
I don't even see, like, I'm trying to think back because obviously it's been a bit since the show ended, but
Yeah,
it's not like Zemo obviously always has his own agenda, but he
yeah.
was literally just trying to stop the rest of the super soldier creation. It's not like he was
Thank you, by
doing
the way, Zemo, for
yeah,
trying to do that.
like he wasn't doing anything that bad in the show that warrant them randomly showing up
Yeah,
now.
he's based as fucking that show, and they're just like,
Yeah.
no, fucking, oh, you did that thing years ago where you blew up the Senate at the fucking UN,
Yeah,
and they're
like
like, yeah. Also, remember the time when like the world got obliterated in half by the purple guy? Let's move on.
by Grimace.
Yeah, like yeah, Grimace fucking purple nutsack, purple Bruce Willis fucking eliminated half the fucking universe. Like, let's move on. How about that? We have a 17-year-old girl like running around who's like killing and terrorizing the world, and you're just like the thing from 6 years ago. Like, what the fuck?
What did
But
you think before we go to Loki? What did you think
yeah,
of? Do you think that Sharon Carter is a Skrull, or do you think it's actually her?
I don't know. And I was so disappointed with her character
Yeah,
in the show. I was like,
it
why?
just seems unlike her.
It seemed fucking stupid, is what it seemed like.
Yeah.
With her, especially at the end when she's like, I'm like, what is she? Like, what is she here? What do we do? What is this? Like, this is why my point with WandaVision. Like, why are we doing this like unfinished, untold
Hmm.
story shit where like we're gonna see her like I don't understand like what her character is here for, or like I she's a bad guy. She not a bad.
I
What is
think
she?
she's a bad guy,
She's not an anti-hero because she's one or the
but
other. Clearly,
that's why I
she
think I
she
like
likes
this.
Cap and she likes Bucky and stuff.
Yeah.
She likes them.
So
Is she mad that Cap's old now and she didn't get the fucking get piped down by the red,
that's
white, and blue flag by good old Stevie Rogers? Also, that was your aunt's boyfriend. Weird,
that's the one thing
weird.
that I think that especially Falcon and Winter Soldier suffered from is that in the original layout for Phase 4, Black Widow is supposed to come before this.
Yeah, that
And I
was the
think that
point.
Black Widow has made, especially, how do you pronounce her name from, like, how do you say your name from Seinfeld? The
Oh,
kid.
oh my God! I literally, she's like the only person I always forget her name. She's one of those fucking people where I
It's like
never
Louis
remember.
Dreyfus or something like that.
Yes, yes. Julia Dreyfus.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you get my point. So she
Yeah.
was supposed to show, she's in Black Widow apparently.
Oh,
And
nice.
that's why the big cameo would have made more sense if Black Widow came before, is that she would have been in Black Widow and that would have set that all up and it kind of would have made more sense instead of this random chick showing up and no one knows who she is.
Right.
But I also think that the main thing they're going for, I think that's what obviously, because you know how she's on the phone at the end, Sharon Carter.
Yeah.
She could be calling who the fuck knows. But I think what they're
No
setting
one
up is,
knows.
I think they're setting up the Thunderbolts. And that's when Thunderbolt Ross gonna come back and he's gonna have his own team. And
Okay.
Zemo's back, which means more Zemo. So
That's true. I guess. Yeah, like it's just like, but her character still fucking kind of sucked, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't
Oh,
give a
it did. It
fuck.
did.
Like,
Like,
even like, I'm so hyped for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse. Hey Wanda, like, finish, like, try and finish some sort of story with her in the show, because your character
yeah,
Loki's like, it kind of sucks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's good, but it still kind of sucks because like I'm just getting like half of a character arc right now.
hmm
Wanda didn't change like at all. I feel like from
besides the
episode one,
costume.
it was like costume change, and like she was like less upset, but like
Yeah,
more angry, but like more confused. So now it's like, she's mentally ill is what I think it is,
yeah.
and we're treating her like she's like fucking. Anyways, I want to go to Loki because it's just gonna
Okay,
fucking start pissing
yeah.
me off, and I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack on live on the
On
podcast.
Sharon
Anyways,
Carter, that's gonna be the cause of your heart attack.
fucking. Oh my god, dude. Ugh, I hate that shit. Anyways, uh, yo, Owen Wilson, you're a fucking stud, dude.
He
Hey,
is.
keep doing this shit. I like when you're not always with this, like Ben Stiller. Like, I like when you're like not with Ben
Vince
Stiller. That
Vaughn.
stuff's, yeah, and Vince Vaughn. Like, I like when you're doing stuff on your own, and it's actually like a decent part.
Yeah, like I thought he was great in the first episode.
Dude, fucking the subtlety. It was
Yeah,
great. He was just like, he wasn't just like weird. He wasn't like, Owen Wilson, how Owen Wilson always is. What does he
but I
always
have
say?
one thing. Yeah,
What's
if
his,
he doesn't say "wow" one
yeah,
time throughout this whole
wow.
show, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, that'd be
I
pretty
know it
sad.
probably won't make sense, but like I just want to hear
Like, Sam Jackson gets to say motherfucker all the time in the MCU. I mean, they always bleep it out or like cut it
it.
off, but like, he give him like a what, and then he
Wow.
gets like shot in the head or something like that. I don't know. Like, Loki fucking 60 stepped up his ass. Also, even this show too, like this multiverse shit. I know where they're gonna go with this. I know what's gonna happen. Mephisto. I don't know, but like,
Uh,
also,
who do you think it was at the end? Because I have my opinion on it. Who
is it
the
not
person?
Loki?
I think it's Lady Loki.
Lady Loki?
So there's like
Is there a
in.
trans Loki? Tom Middleton would be bad. He would look good as a girl. I feel like
Well,
Tom
did you see
Middleton.
the whole thing? Like he's gender fluid now. Loki's character. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I saw they like it's literally in the episode, but they mentioned that before. Like in the episode when they have like his document, it says his sex and it's fluid.
Well, I guess technically he is gender fluid.
Yeah,
You
I
know
don't.
what?
I
I don't
don't
want
know
to go
the
down
whole.
this road
Yeah,
because you
we'll
know
not go
what?
down the show.
Okay, so we're
Back to
just gonna
Lady
move on.
Loki.
What
So,
the fuck?
so apparently,
I'm gonna
I
find
don't
the
know.
screenshot.
I don't know if it was the showrunner going into this or Feige, but they said they're going to explore different versions of the character, like
Mhm.
characters we know from different universes. And I think,
Okay,
and there's some, I don't know the actress's full name. I think her first name is Sandra.
Bullock.
San- no, not Sandra Bullock.
I
Like
was like, oh my
an
god,
actress in the show.
dime piece.
And apparently the big rumor is that she's playing Lady Loki. And it's basically just a version of Loki from of a different universe,
Mm.
which would make sense if they're going
Richard E.
towards,
Grant's in this show.
is he?
Yeah, he's casted in. I just looking at the cast right now,
Or should
dude.
be,
He's 100% Mephisto.
like imagine this is the show. Like everyone got hyped about WandaVision from Mephisto, and then he just randomly shows up in this.
It would make sense now. They're going like the full. They're like, this whole thing is about the multiverse. One division
Oh
wasn't about
yeah,
the
like
multiverse, so it's more about like,
let me look.
I don't know, like,
Oh, sorry, no, Sophia DiMartino. That's who people think is playing Lady
oh,
Loki.
she's a dime piece, dude.
Yeah, that's because then in.
She looks like Elizabeth Olsen if she was like a coke addict or something.
Did you see in the trailer? I don't know if you remember this. You might be able to get a screen
I didn't
grab of
watch
it.
trailers. I didn't want to watch them. I didn't want to get.
Oh, that's why
I went in blind.
I only watched the first one. I didn't watch any of
I
like the
saw
clips
some
or
like
anything.
I saw some like clips, so I didn't go fully blind into the show. But I didn't want to say anything what it was about.
Okay,
I
I won't say what I'm gonna say then, because then it kind of gives it. There's the thing that kind of hints at Lady Loki.
Tara Strong's in this.
Yeah, she voiced the clock, Miss Minutes on the TV.
Oh really? Eh?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been probably just a nice fucking check for her, eh?
Oh yeah.
Tara Strong. I'd kill to be her, dude. She just gets fucking blank checks to go do voices for everything. I love it. Anyways, so what were we gonna say though? I'll listen to it. It's fine. So what?
Basically, so in the trailer, there's one like blink and you'll miss a moment where you think it looks like Vormir or whatever. You know where Black Widow died?
Yeah.
It looks like Natasha sitting on a bench, like looking, but you can't see her face. You just see like the orange hair. in like the black jumpsuit, but everyone thinks that that's not her. It's actually Lady Loki.
It's actually Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy's in the show actually.
Man.
That'd be amazing. Melissa McCarthy shows up in nowhere. It's actually Loki actually just wants to be Melissa McCarthy and he's like, look, I'm Spy.
No, and
Remember the
then
fucking Spy movie that she made called
Loki ends up
Spy?
at Loki ends up in Ma's house from Ma.
Oh, fuck. That's fucking isn't Ma with fucking Octavia Spencer?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I hate that movie so much.
Man,
Thought
me
of that
and
movie.
Christina saw that in theaters, and we thought it was hilarious. We thought it was hilarious.
Well, I mean, like, but like not because it was funny, because it was.
Like it was just a weird premise.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that'd be a great date night, dude. That fucks. That's amazing. Like, did you go to Cineplex or was like drive-in?
Cineplex.
Yeah.
Because this was like before the pandemic.
Yeah, I forget when Ma came out. The movie's a fucking blur, dude. The movie's like my sleep paralysis demon is that movie.
I'm pretty sure, like, for the premise of the movie, it was actually decently well received. I don't think it flopped as hard as you would think it did.
It aged horribly really fast. I feel like, and not like
Yeah.
not obviously the film community, but like just online in general, just like there's nobody who thinks that movie has any right to be
No.
a thing that ever happened. Also, I honestly don't like Octavia Spencer anymore because of that movie.
It's
I
just
just
like
don't have any respect for her anymore. I just think she's a fucking
she does some really good
psychopath.
roles, and then she goes into that. Like,
Yeah, dude. Like she was in Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
she peaked in I think she peaked in fucking what was that movie about the space fucking not cadets, the NASA people who were like the fucking god damn it. Every person loved that movie because it was like, oh, there's an untold story about people who like helped the NASA. Who gives a fuck? Anyways,
That helped in NASA. Now it's gonna bug me that I can't.
untold hidden something.
Oh, Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures. Yeah. Fuck
Mm-hmm.
that movie. It was overrated as shit. Anyways.
The Ma's house. But back to Loki. What did you think of the episode?
I thought it was good. I liked it. My
Mhm.
brother was like, "It's okay." I'm like, "It wasn't anything crazy, but I liked it." Tom
Yeah.
Hiddleston's a great actor. Uh, I do think it was the best pilot that we've seen so far.
I could
I think
agree
it's
with
better
that.
than
Yeah.
the first WandaVision pilot. I think it was, which is I think I liked a lot the first WandaVision pilot actually.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me like David Lynch vibes, which is weird. But anyways, this one I liked it. I'm gonna get a little technical. I I don't know. I like this show's like this like 70s color palette that they're going for with like
Yeah.
the word with the Timekeepers
The
Association.
TVA. Yeah.
Yeah, the TVA. I don't know what they are and how they fit in this universe still. To be honest, even after watching the video, I don't understand how they've existed and we don't know about them until now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I
Well,
mean,
I
why
think
would we?
Loki straight up asks that. Did he not? I'm pretty sure he did. And then he just goes, because you haven't had to know about us.
Yeah, that's basically what I thought too. And I'm like, oh, but I'm just overthinking it to be honest. Like I should just accept that they're a thing instead of being like, why haven't we seen him before? What the fuck? Like,
That's literally the entirety of the Marvel fan base.
yeah,
Like,
no, that's literally it. But I like it, dude. There's a couple shots that I like. The opening shot I thought was good. I do like how these shows have taken a little bit more not anything crazy, but they're in terms of cinematography and score and everything,
yeah.
they're taking a little bit more of a step forward, I feel like, in the right direction with and I like it because like the shows actually look kind of vibrant and have color and look nice to watch instead of like Civil War, which like is like the ugliest looking movie
And it's
I
so
may have
good
ever
too. Like
seen.
I like Civil War, but I get what
I
you're
have a
saying.
poster of it, dude. It's not up
Yeah.
yet. It's not up yet. I've had it framed for since grade 7. I haven't put it up yet. Lazy as fuck. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's the ugliest fucking movie, or not ugliest, but like in terms of like, hey, dude, just throw a fucking filter over it, dude. Just go on your iPhone, and then just click and then click the fucking that magic stick button,
Yeah.
in the top right corner, and you fucking fix the movie. Like, oh god, like just I don't know who edited that movie, but they were like, let's make everything gray and dark. Like, why?
This isn't the DCU.
It's a comic book movie. Have you seen the comics? Have you ever looked at a Steve Ditko comic?
Yeah.
It's like LSD, dude. It's like the most colorful experience to ever fucking look at. And they're like, we're gonna make it all gray.
Have you seen the
I don't
stunt
get
work on
it.
that movie though?
The what movie?
The
What
stunt work on Civil
on
War?
Civil War? I've probably seen behind the scenes before.
Because there was I don't know if you know who like Corridor Digital and them are on YouTube. You might. There's this guy.
Sounds
They have a
familiar.
friend. They brought on this guy who's a stuntman on Civil
Mhm.
War, and they showed like how in the garage, like they're not the garage, like they're in the tunnel, and like Black Panther's chasing Bucky.
Yeah.
So that whole scene, that's all practical. They did that whole thing on like a conveyor belt, and they like run forward, and it makes it look like they're running super fast.
Yeah, it looks cool,
Yeah,
the stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
All the
like
no, it looks cool.
yeah.
But it just I mean like in terms of like the color
Oh
palette
no,
and
no,
like
I know what you're
yeah.
saying. I just was
Yeah.
interested to see because
Yeah,
like I prefer practical effects way more than CGI.
yeah, 100%. I think Marvel as besides Black Panther has like for the most part has a really good effects team. I feel like.
I could talk about Black Panther
I
and the
say we don't.
CGI.
I
Yeah,
say we
let's
don't.
not
I say we just
because
like, before we both have heart attacks live on the podcast. Uh,
that movie that brings it down literally like a full star for me because of that one scene that we're not going to talk about.
yeah, we're not gonna talk. Everyone knows what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Mike is the same way. When Black Panther came out, I was like, I thought it was like I thought it was like Godfather Part Two. I was like, this is insane. And then I watched it again. This happens all the time when I watch a movie once,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, this shit's insane. And then I go back and watch it, and I'm like, oh, this is not insane. This is like okay at best. And I think Black Panther is okay at best. Anyways, don't get into. I'm gonna get into it.
We're not gonna get into
I
it.
do this. I do this thing where there's a fucking hole, and then like I don't want to dig it, and then I start digging
Down
a
the
little
hole.
bit, and then I just fucking next thing you know, I'm digging at what's it fucking called in Minecraft at the bottom.
Oh, Bedrock.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hitting bedrock now, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm talking about for 35 minutes. But anyways, I feel like there wasn't much to talk about Loki just because it was just kind of a lot of like Loki just gets chased around by TVA agents for
Gets looped a couple times.
yeah, exactly. But the show kind of felt like it was on a loop, to be honest. I feel like I was watching the same scene over and over again for a bit, which is the problem. I feel like with these Marvel shows is that they're like the episodes are long and like they're not sure what to do with some of the scenes. So I feel like they just like it just feels like kind of redundant. But the stuff with the flashbacks and he's looking at it and you finally start to see like Loki as a human, I guess, as like just kind of like someone who has feelings. And like you've seen it at the MCU where like he shows empathy and he actually does have feelings, but like usually it's combated with like him being a dickhead, which he does kind of do again. Well, he does.
Well,
But
yeah.
it's what he does, you know what I mean? And it was just it was a good scene. It was a good scene to see him go through it, and I was hoping that they were gonna show the death as well.
Yeah.
And
Same.
they did, and I thought they weren't gonna show it. First, I don't know why. I just thought they would. I thought they were gonna just keep it to like his family dying, and they'd see it later. But, yeah, that Loki scene in Infinity War is like one of the fucking saddest scenes, and like, that shit is so I don't know why that shit is so sad, dude. When I watched that shit in theaters, and you hear, bro, did they turn the neck break sound in that scene like up in the show? I feel like in the show. You know what I'm talking about? It was loud as fuck. All yours like
I think they were trying to do it because they didn't want to actually like they wanted to show him and not the actual death because we've seen it. But like yeah, like I heard that I'm like I do not remember it being that loud in the movie whatsoever.
It sounded like he literally just like squished his fucking neck.
Yeah,
like, literally flattened it.
I was like, oh my god.
In the movie they show it though, dude. Imagine if you're a kid, dude. Imagine if you're a kid and you watch Infinity War. You started off with Loki just being like
the first 10 minutes of that movie, there's 2 deaths.
Snapped. You watch his neck get snapped. You watch Heimdall get penetrated in the chest by a fucking spear thing, and then at the end you just see Spider-Man die. Dude, I would have had a panic attack, dude. I would have had to go to therapy after that.
Like,
I would have had PTSD for the rest of my fucking life if I was 4 years old and I watched that movie.
Man, I was distraught. I was distraught enough, and I was grade 11. Like,
I was in grade 9 or whatever, and I was like having a panic attack in the theater. I was like with my friend, and I'm like, I was like literally dry heaving, but and I'm not exaggerating. Like when Iron Man died, dude, and in Endgame, I was like my legs started like shaking up and down, and I was like,
oh yeah, I cried.
I was like, bro, you want to see a fucking guy turn into like a little bitch? Watch them when their first reaction to Infinity War and Endgame at the end, dude. That's when you see like men at his most vulnerable. Is you watch
Yeah.
Tony Stark get when he got stabbed by Thanos, dude. I was having a panic attack. I was like,
Oh
no,
yeah.
like this can't be. And it was so brutal too. Like you just watch him like hold the sword in his stomach. He was like, and
Yeah.
like if I was 10, dude, I would have killed myself.
Bro, like
I would have been like, this is it.
I think my theater had like you could hear them gasp when he got stabbed in Infinity War in that scene.
Yeah,
Yeah, like everyone was like,
I
what the
remember that.
fuck?
Everyone was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That would have been brutal. I think I would have been interesting. It would have been so interesting if he died right there, dude. Obviously, his death is like better in Endgame. Like,
That would have
but
been
Thanos, dude.
brutal.
Thanos. I think Thanos becomes the best villain of all time if he does that. I think.
I wish they would have. Like, I know they can't because of Marvel, but have you seen the deleted footage of Thanos showing up in Endgame with Cap's decapitated head?
No,
Have you never seen that?
no, I never heard of this thing existing.
So basically, it's not.
I heard it exists. Well, I think I heard about this, but I never
It's.
saw it.
I don't know if this was a Marvel thing that they released afterwards and deleted because they never was an actual deleted scene. It was like it's all just like rendered, like it's CGI rendered.
Yeah.
But someone, I remember someone made a video and basically like I don't know if it was
But
through Marvel or through someone just did it. What would happen? Like
yeah.
what it would look like if they man, that would have been fucking badass. Like I know they can't do that, but imagine Thanos just walks through an Endgame. Here's your fucking head. Like
So when did he walk? When did he when when he
it'd
first
be like
comes?
when they showed up, like when the three mains, like
Yeah.
Thor, like when they go and walk up to Thanos,
Yeah.
he basically has Cap's head just fucking sitting there on a stick.
Oh.
And just
Why would he
when he would have cut it off, I think if I remember this correctly, when they went back in 2012 to New York,
Yeah.
Thanos would have showed up and just been like, just fucking went on a rampage, cut Cap's head off. 2012 Cap though, not like the Cap.
Yeah. I got it. That's like I'm just like, wow, it's fucked. Okay. Wow. Yikes, dude.
PG
Should have done it
13.
though. Should have done it. Should have
Yeah.
done it.
Oh,
I
would have
think
been
it would have been
great.
sick, dude. I think that would have helped because Thanos looked like a little bitch in Endgame, to be honest. Compared to Infinity War, dude, he was like all Shakespeare and shit.
They nerfed him heavy in Endgame.
Oh yeah, it was fucking fat nerf in Endgame.
They nerfed him heavy.
Holy shit, dude.
One last thing on Loki because we're jumping all over the place with Marvel,
This
but
is
it's
how
fine.
it goes on our podcast all the time.
Oh
me and
yeah.
Mike. This is what happens where we're talking about this, and then all of a sudden we're talking about like what's better, Guns N' Roses or Bob Dylan, and we're like, how do we get to this?
I think the one thing that's gonna help Loki more than any other show is that it's not on the main timeline.
Yeah.
Like they can kind of do what they want, and it doesn't really have to officially like. I think what they're gonna do with this show is they're gonna set up the multiverse without actually affecting the multiverse. If you know what I mean,
Sure.
because
Yeah,
I think that what I've heard that the main point is that I think the main rumor at this point is that Wanda is the way the multiverse opens in the first place. It sets up Spider-Man. And
yeah, that's what I think.
yeah,
but it would make more sense if it was because of Endgame and it was because of but never mind. I'm stupid because they literally say in the show they're like that was supposed to happen.
yeah.
They're like that.
Did you see the thing yesterday of Peggy and Loki?
What?
Did you see Peggy? Have you seen the clip of Peggy Carter and Loki?
No, I'm so off the grid. Apparently, I'm always my thumb is like always on the pulse of everything.
Search it up right now and tell me what you think.
Peggy and
just search like and so. So when Tom Hiddleston has like when Loki has the thing and he's jumping around, like you know how he's looping himself back.
Yeah.
There's one part where he's in the front corridor, and there's two people that walk in behind him through one of those portals, and it's a guard. And there's a character that looks exactly like Peggy. Yeah, that. But what some people are saying is though, what if that's like a little nod about the end of Endgame?
Because Cap?
Because Cap wasn't supposed to go back. Like, that's not supposed to happen. He would have went back and stayed with Peggy.
Cap wasn't supposed to go back to the regular timeline?
Remember how he went back and he stayed with Peggy?
Yeah.
like that probably wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So
Oh
that's what some
fuck.
people
Okay.
think. But obviously it's Marvel. It's Marvel fans looking into Marvel stuff, which always
They're like,
like
it's fucking Mephisto.
no man, I saw the funniest
Mephisto.
thing. So me and
Also,
Dooch,
when they pointed at that demon painting, the girl did that
Mephisto right away.
saying
That's
about.
exactly what I said.
I'm like, it's Mephisto.
But then they referenced it that that's Loki. Like the devil they were hunting was Loki technically.
Yeah, I guess, which is whatever.
Odd. But me and Dooch, we watched this guy on YouTube after like most of the Marvel episodes, like heavy spoilers. Funniest thing, I didn't even make it
What
through
do
the
you
full video
watch?
yesterday. Heavy spoiler. That's the thing. It's called
Oh,
heavy.
you watch heavy spoilers. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you were saying. I thought you were saying heavy spoilers. Okay,
No,
okay,
no, no,
okay.
no. And the funniest thing I saw, this was such a Marvel fan thing. It was like
Yeah.
the opening shot of like when he's like he drops from the sky in the desert or like the Mongolian desert.
Yeah, Iron Man.
No, no, no. Like this is Loki.
Yeah,
Like yeah, like
I
how
thought
he does it,
Iron
like
Man.
yeah, no, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
But there's this thing. There's a one little clip where he has like fucking the water drop hanging from a rock,
Yeah.
and someone was like, "Oh, that of like the multiverse breaking and what we're going towards in Marvel." I'm like, man, it's literally
Dude, it
just a
was a
drop of
nice
water
shot. That's what
hanging
it
from
was. It was a
like it was the most
nice shot.
Marvel fan thing I've ever heard because we read into things so much. And
Yeah.
I'm like, man, just enjoy the shot. Like,
Yeah. It's just a nice shot. I'm pretty sure, but
like
it's hilarious.
man.
The first thing I thought when I saw him land in the sand, I'm like, oh, that's Iron Man 1.
Mhm.
Was
So
it
they
though?
kind of use
No, he
this
just
the
landed in the
same.
sand.
I think it
Mhm.
was. I think it
Do you
was.
think it was
It
a
was and
callback?
it wasn't. I think it
Yeah.
was a bit of a callback
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Probably.
because it's kind of like their start of their new journey. That's the one thing I will say because like it is kind of a callback because they kind of even use the same kind of camera angle and stuff for it,
A
and they
little bit.
kind of.
Yeah.
So I'll say that's a callback, but the raindrop, no, that's not anything. It's a nice shot.
Yeah. I don't know how that would. How would it detail what's happening in the MC?
I don't know. This guy explained it yesterday, and I didn't make it through the whole video because I heard that. I'm like, I'm not listening to the rest of this.
Yeah, I would have shot myself in the face. I would have just died on the spot if I had heard that theory. But so Loki was good. Basically, what we're
Yeah.
Loki was the first episode was
Mhm.
good. It was good. It was a good start. Off to a good start. Excited for the rest of the episodes. Black Widow's out in July.
July. I have all the Marvel movies in my calendar for the year, so I would double check what day that is in
Fucking
July.
loser.
A little bit.
You fucking loser. You fucking bitch.
Black Widow's the 9th.
Yeah.
But what's gonna
July
suck
9th.
is like for us, movie theaters will not be open by then.
Doug Ford is a little bitch.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pay
I
for
don't want to
Disney
talk about it on
Premier
here, but
access.
that shit that he fucking that bill does that just got passed or whatever, or not the bill, the use of the notwithstanding clause that he just did. Did you see that?
Notwithstanding. No, I don't think it's.
Oh, dude, you should see that shit.
I'll search it up after.
Yeah, long story short, he basically motherfucker. What should be OTL? Never mind. He basically used it to it basically doesn't allow for third party or independent party like political parties
Mhm.
to have any ad campaigns that criticize his party or the party in power.
That's literally politics. Like
I was like, that's like going against the charter, but that's what the notwithstanding clause is for.
nice.
So that you can override a charter right. So
Right on.
all right, Doug Ford. Fascism. All right. Nice. Fascism coming out of the Doug Ford party here today, boys.
If we're gonna touch on one thing, we're gonna say one thing. The fact that we are allowed to open Canada's Wonderland by the beginning of July, but we can't go to the movies till almost August.
I want to die. Yeah. See these eyes right here? This is someone who wants to die right now.
Yeah.
Doug Ford is an absolute fucking idiot.
Like it makes no sense.
I went to go see Tenet last year. I saw it 3 times. And I didn't even like it that much. I fucking miss theaters.
Man.
Fuck, everybody was like, I'd rather watch it at home.
No, I wouldn't. I want to see it in movies.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Obviously, like I'd rather see like Shape of Water at home. I'm not like crying to see Shape of Water in theaters, but like Tenant at home,
No, that's why I'm
theaters,
happy I saw
dude.
that in theaters.
I saw it in the theaters once, and then I saw it in the drive-through twice, dude.
Man, imagine I brought Christina
Drive-through,
to go see
drive-in.
Tenant. I brought Christina to go see Tenant.
Did she almost
She
die from watching it?
she had no idea what the fuck was
I don't
going
think
on.
anybody really did, to be honest. Let's not kid ourselves here. We first time we watched, we're
Yeah,
also if you don't have elite speakers in your car, get fucked, son. Me and we were with I was with my buddies. He has his fucking his Hyundai forget which one it is, but it's one of the older
yeah.
Hyundai SUVs, and like the speakers in it are fucking garbage. Like they're worse than my Escape, and
Oh,
My Escape's
Tenant with
bass.
bad speakers.
Well, the thing about Tenet is that first of all, the bass in Tenet in a lot of the action scenes, no one loves to just fucking crank the bass like it's a fucking Little John
Yeah,
song, and then also the audio was just it was muffled sometimes, and it was just bad, and
yeah.
you couldn't understand what they were saying. And I'm like, when you have a movie that is based around exposition being the most important thing in the movie,
We need to hear the exposition.
I need to hear the exposition to understand your fucking movie, guy, sir. Duh. Like, I can't believe that was like, I can't believe that happened. And he was like confused on people. I think he said he was confused on like why people were mad about it. And I'm like, did you watch your movie?
Like beside Parasite, that's the first movie I've ever wanted in theaters with fucking subtitles.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's why I want to actually rewatch it at home, so I actually know what the hell is going on in terms of I want to know what they're saying.
Yeah. That's a
Like
good point.
even the first scene, they're in the first scene when they're in the theater, when they're like the whole
You
thing
can't
time in the
understand
theater.
shit.
No, I don't know anything the soldiers are saying because one, they have helmets on, so for some reason they have to muffle that too, and two,
Yeah.
there's just explosions going on. So I've not a word understood.
Not a single word was understood there. And but yeah, I mean that movie like visually makes you like cream my pants, but like
Yeah,
it is legitimately just like a fucking nightmare of sound mixing.
and I'm pretty sure it got nominated for sound mixing Oscar.
Probably it might have been sound editing or sound. I might have been. I think there's two different ones. I think there's sound editing, there's sound mixing. But um, I'm not even gonna look it up because if it did get nominated, I'm gonna fucking punch my laptop right now.
I'm actually
So
interested. I'm gonna search it up because
don't
I'm
tell me
actually.
that I will break
I
my
won't tell you
MacBook
the
if you
answer.
don't tell me the answer because I won't do it. But I'm being dramatic, but I do want to know now. To be honest.
Sound because they would have been nominated this year, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been for the yeah. Well, actually, I don't even did they even get any? They got like two nominations. So
Sound of Metal won for sound mixing.
yeah, which
Oh
is
well,
completely
best
fair,
sound.
but completely fair.
There's a best sound category. I thought there was like all split up.
They might have combined it because there's no one gives a shit really.
Like Soul's in here. I don't know. Does Soul have like a sound?
Does Soul have sound? Is there
like
sound in Soul?
like I don't know. It's just all
I
musical,
think
no?
that
Like
yeah, I think that's why probably.
I don't think it got nominated for that, but I'll double check it after because I literally searched up best sound. It's bringing me a bunch of articles of what should have won best sound because apparently that's a debate at the Oscars.
Sound of Metal should have it won that,
Yeah,
right? It
yeah.
deserved it completely. I as soon as I watched it, I'm like, this wins. But so what do we want to next now? So oh yeah, all right. So before the potty waddy started, uh, Curtis was like, "Have you seen the Zack Snyder's Justice League?"
Yeah.
And I let him know that I have seen it, and I also cut my own version of the movie because I thought it was way too long and I was bored as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Kurt are going to rehash some of the Kurt. Me and Curtis are going to rehash some of those articles. I'm losing my mind. Losing my mind.
So I haven't seen it.
English is hard. Uh, we're going to talk about the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't seen it yet, and I'm gonna let him know why he should watch it, but also at the same time shouldn't watch it because it's like the most Zack Snyder fucking movie of all time, probably. Have you seen Army of the Dead?
No, because I saw the reviews on it and they weren't very good, so I just haven't got to it yet.
I didn't write one on Letterboxd. I was going to, but I didn't feel like I had. I feel like writing a review for that movie on Letterboxd was gonna be just like me wanting to gouge my eyes out just because I such a frustrating movie. Zack Snyder's just so frustrating of a director. He does so many good things, but like
Yeah.
likes to ruin them. And I'm like,
It was just
what's wrong with you, dude?
I don't even think I watched the trailer for that movie, to be honest. I know Dave Bautista's in it. That's basically it.
And they cut Crystalia out of the movie. I was kind of pissed. I mean, Crystalia. I mean, I get why,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure. Do you know what happened with Crystalia?
No.
He's a comedian who was in the movie, and then he got sexual assault allegation, not sexual assault. It was like minor stuff, like
Uh
as in like minors, not like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Huh,
uh,
great.
yeah. If he's a good comedian, I was like, fuck. Replaced him with fucking Tig Notaro. Okay. Anyways, uh, Zack Snyder though, he just
Mhm,
the it's hard to talk about it. I feel like just because it's so frustrating. It's like that movie has a lot of good stuff in it in Justice League, a lot of good shots, a lot of good ideas, a lot of funny lines. But there's also a lot of really shitty shots, a lot of fucking shitty lines, and a lot of shitty things.
mhm,
And it makes me like want to cry because it's just like so you had Joss Whedon's Justice League, right?
mhm,
Which is your Justice League, but reshot to be condensed into a shorter movie because it was too long
mhm.
and it was too dark or whatever. So they had to reshoot it. So which I think was a bad idea because Joss Whedon obviously came there to just fucking not do a good job. Apparently,
Apparently.
we don't have to get into that right now. But he was also left with your fucking mess of a movie.
Mhm.
So I kind of feel bad for him because he was kind of set up for failure over here.
Yeah,
However, there's a good movie inside of your shit movie, and
yeah.
he didn't. Obviously, Joss Whedon wasn't concerned about making that. He had to, I think, which is why I think a shorter version with a few scenes reshot
Mhm.
of Zack Snyder's Justice League is actually a really solid movie. But his Justice League, which I think I gave it 3 stars. Um, which I thought was very generous, just
Mhm.
based on the fact that I don't think it's that strong of a movie.
Mhm.
And I don't think it's better as a TV show, like everyone else says it is. I don't think it's better like that.
Oh, when you have like the episodic, like,
Yeah, it is in
yeah,
parts the movie, but I don't think it
yeah.
makes it better as like if you just watch it as a TV show. It because I just don't think that makes any fucking sense
It's
because
a movie. You're supposed to watch it as a fucking
well,
movie.
my problem isn't that it like my problem is the scenes in the movie, not just that it's long.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make it better when you watch it in parts. It just makes it less of a long watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like what?
It's just like it's not a better thing now because it's like in fucking like stupid fucking people. Anyways, um, I miss Ben Affleck though. I really miss Ben
I
Affleck as
actually
Batman.
I remember everything with him leading up to BVS, and I liked him as Batman. I
He
think
was
like besides Clooney and maybe Kilmer, but I honestly like I grew up watching Batman Forever and Batman vs. So I have a soft spot for Batman Forever. Even though I know it's bad, but like I just remember liking that movie when I was like super
that's
young.
fair, dude. I think I did too, to be honest.
Like Jim Carrey as the Riddler,
Yeah, it
loved it
fucks.
growing up.
Yeah, dude.
But like I don't think there's been a bad Batman probably besides Clooney and Kilmer. Obviously, you can argue
Kilmer wasn't
Kilmer.
that great, and
He wasn't
neither was
great.
he was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Affleck, like Batfleck was good. Like I like Ben Affleck's
I
Batman.
think he's the best interpretation of Batman on screen so far.
Hmm.
I think Robert Pattinson is going to give him a run for his money. I think Christian Bale is.
Bale was his
I
own version of Batman. It
I
wasn't like
think it's
really,
the
yeah,
most overrated character like in modern movie history is Christian Bale's Batman. Like I think that move like I think he's the worst parts of all of those and I love that whole trilogy. I
yeah,
think I'm not I like Batman Begins a lot. I just think that like he's good, but like I legitimately feel like I don't believe him sometimes. I feel like it's such a fucking I just don't believe him. I don't know why. I don't believe him as Batman. I don't believe him as Bruce Wayne.
is it the voice?
The voice, I don't mind the voice. I
Yeah,
don't
like
think the voice is that stupid. I think I get it. Like I don't think it's that stupid. I think he looks stupid in the suit sometimes.
hmm
Uh, and I just think that his performance as Bruce Wayne sometimes, not all the time. I think sometimes is weird.
hmm
I don't understand it. I'm just like if it wasn't for like Michael Caine being a fucking animal as an actor,
he's yeah,
she would be absolutely garbage. Um, yeah, but anyways, point being is, uh, Justice League, the best. Also, the fucking the movie has like a epilogue in it at the end. Obviously,
yeah.
that's where epilogues go. But
Yeah.
Joker's in it.
Oh, that's not till the very end.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
he's not part of the story.
Oh shit.
He's basically an end credit scene. Is what he is. And Jared Leto is so fucked in the head, I feel like, as a human
Oh,
being.
we literally
Like,
had a conversation about this yesterday with my friend group because we were talking
mhm,
about the whole Heath Ledger. Because someone brought like, was the reason that Heath Ledger did he kill himself because of the Dark Knight?
overdosed. He didn't. I don't think he actually wanted to commit. I think he just overdosed.
Someone brought it up, but I was like, besides the
It
point.
wasn't. It wasn't because of that. No,
Yeah. Okay.
he had demons before the Dark
Yeah.
Knight, and I don't. It may have the preparation for the movie may have perpetuated some of those demons,
Yeah.
but I don't think it. I don't think it was because the Dark Knight.
I was gonna say I didn't think, but besides the point, because I was talking about how like didn't Jared Leto or whatever have like big method acting when he was filming Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I mean, I like people call it method acting. I call it autism. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's just I think that sending dead rats to your
Yeah, because that
and
was my main point. Yeah.
I don't think that's like the method acting. I think you're just weird. You know what I mean? Like, I hate Hollywood, dude. I hate this
Oh,
Hollywood shit.
Hollywood's fucked.
I hate this Hollywood shit where like, dude, Jared Leto fucking method acting with fucking dead rats sending to Margot Robbie. I'm like, what are you, fucking stupid, dude? What is this? What is this? What is this? When did the Joker ever send dead rats? First of all, and who? What does that make? What does that do for you? On set, I guess it makes people like they think you're fucking weird, dude. Not
Yeah.
Heath Ledger. People were like concerned about him as like a mental human being
Mhm.
because of his preparation. Not like why are you sending rats? They're like, is he okay? Like, he locked himself in a fucking hotel room for whatever for like 30 days or like a jail cell with like his notepad. That's all he had. And I'm like, that's
Such an odd
fucking
guy.
insane. Jared Leto is just, on the spectrum of like, I would hand him like a blue cookie on a certain day. Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? You catching what
Oh, I'm
you catching
catching.
up what I'm putting down over here?
I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up.
Yeah, I think he was that kid, who had to go into like a different room, in his math class in high
Short
school because
busts.
he, yeah, because he, looking some windows and shit. You know what I mean? Can't really handle loud noise. That's what I think Jared Leto is when it comes to this. However, I do kind of like his take in the
Mhm.
movie, even though I just completely ripped him apart for 5 minutes. But
It's okay.
I think I like it. I would like to see more of it.
Mhm.
I just think that Zack Snyder gets in the way of it. He got in the way of it a little bit. I did think he brought out the best that we've seen of Joker, I feel like, in that scene,
Yeah.
and the worst. Also because the way he shot the scene. That's just me. But
Mhm.
I think we'll just leave it there for that, to be honest, because the movie it's too long, too much slow-mo. I don't give a fuck. It's just too much slow-mo. Gal Gadot fucking sucks sometimes. She really does suck sometimes, I feel like.
Yeah.
Um, and she's good sometimes though.
Like I haven't
She's
seen
great sometimes.
1884 yet. But
Don't.
like I liked the first Wonder Woman movie. I didn't think it was
I,
bad. Like I
I
thought it
thought it
was.
was okay. I wasn't a huge fan, but I didn't think it was like horrible. I thought it was okay. I think it's better
Thought,
than the sequel.
I heard bad
I think
things about the sequel.
1984 is like one of the worst
Yeah,
movies I've ever seen.
1984.
It
Yeah.
was. I think I had it at like number like on my list. It was like third from like the last on my list for best of last year.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It was so many. Patty Jenkins, man. Like, I don't want to say she's overrated as a director, but like,
Mhm.
don't write your own movies, please, ever
How was
again.
Pascal in that movie?
Best part of the movie,
Was he?
yeah,
That makes
best
sense.
part of the movie. And his character was, I didn't like the way his character was kind of written, but he still was the best character in that movie. Kristen Wiig, never do that again, please. Just stick to SNL or like
Bridesmaids,
whatever, yeah, or Bridesmaids. Like, shit yourself in the street, or whatever the fuck she did in that movie.
not Ghostbusters though. Stay away from
Yeah,
Ghostbusters.
yeah, we'll never touch that franchise again. Well, actually, never mind. They're making that thing came out. It's coming out soon. That their little
But, but
sequel prequel.
this is actually a sequel to the originals. This is like the female one's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. Well, yeah. I feel bad for Bill Murray. Bill
Yeah,
Murray, I feel like he's in the movie. He had a cameo, right? He was the old guy in that chair in that movie.
I think
Remember?
so. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy. You know, they had to sit through that.
At least Zombieland Bill Murray though will always be a goat.
Zombieland Bill Murray is like probably top 10 things ever. Is Zombieland Bill
Yeah.
Murray? Like
Like
if there was like top 10 things ever, there's like number one would probably be like espresso. Number two's like number two's I don't know, like fucking Al Pacino yelling. And then number three is probably Bill Murray in Zombieland.
I love Zombieland.
Number four might be like Freddie Gibbs Instagram story. Like I don't that might be number four, but number five maybe is I don't know. Popeyes. I don't know. McDonald's
Popeyes
fries.
is
McDonald's
much
fries.
better than KFC.
Yeah, anybody who thinks otherwise is a moron. Like they're next to Jared Leto in that room. You know what I mean? But anyways, what else do we got? Oh, Amazing Spider-Man. You want to talk about that for a bit?
Yeah, sure.
I don't even know how to talk about it. I mean, like, I guess we were talking. We saw each other at the beach the other day.
Yeah.
And we had a great conversation. While, you know. Anyways, we were
also a few drinks in.
Yeah. And it was it just reminded me of how much I hate Sony.
Yeah.
For what they did to that franchise, because Andrew Garfield is great as an actor and everything, and so is Emma Stone.
And the two of them together.
Yeah, like Cruella sucked, but she's still
Did
fucking. I thought it was fucking ass cheeks, dude.
Because I've heard because I'm not paying $30 plus I haven't streamed it.
Hey, studios, I legally watch everything you put out. By the way, if any of them ever hears this, they will never will. I legally watch everything you put out. Arrest me. I'm not paying 30 fucking bucks for Cruella. What? Like, I don't have kids, dude.
Yeah.
I get nothing out of this. Don't make Joker for kids with Cruella.
I've heard good things about it.
The problem with Joker that I had was that it was trying to be 70s, like Scorsese and Sidney Lumet and all that shit. And then Cruella was trying to be Joker. And you've already lost when you do that, in my opinion. I like Joker. I thought it was okay. But I hated parts of Joker because of certain things. Yeah. And they were the worst parts of Joker, that movie. And they tried to make it kind of for kids. And I did not like it at all. And it just shouldn't exist.
It's an odd premise for a movie. But like I like Emma Stone. That's the thing. Like I really like Emma Stone.
Like, people are dying right now. And they're like, they decided to make this fucking movie. And I just don't understand, like, I would have rather like died of COVID than watch that fucking movie. To be honest, clip that. Clip it. But yeah. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Amazing Spider-Man.
I mean, like that dude. The scene when Emma Stone dies in Amazing Spider-Man 2, that's like top 10 things ever too. Probably is that scene.
Probably like it's a fucking. Like Amazing Spider-Man 2 specifically, I want to say the second act of that movie is probably its weakest.
Oh yeah, 100%. The second act is absolutely garbage. It shouldn't. It's like that movie to me is literally the first act and the third act.
Yeah,
that's it.
Minus Green Goblin, because Green Goblin, besides killing Gwen Stacy, doesn't need to be in that movie.
Dane DeHaan's a great actor. It's really unfortunate that he had to play that character because that was horribly written.
Because the first act of that movie, the whole scene where like he's swinging and she has like the graduation going on at the same time, I thought that was a great. And take away all of Peter's parents' stuff because it's not needed. No one gives a shit about Peter's parents.
I didn't
like.
I agree.
I didn't hate it, but
I just feel like I feel like if it could have been done better, and that scene you've seen the deleted scene, right?
The one where he shows up at the graveyard. Yeah, I've seen it.
That scene fucks.
Yeah.
And I think this should have been in the movie and I think it should have been less about, here's the thing. If you remove the Green Goblin story and you make it more about Peter's parents and you actually like really spend some time and like develop that story, there's a good story in there with this movie.
Yeah.
A really good Spider-Man
story. I 100% agree.
And it's different too, because we don't want to see the same shit with like, do you know what I mean? I felt like Amazing Spider-Man 2 was like starting to repeat Spider-Man 3 a little bit with like the whole Green Goblin thing, and it
We can touch on. We'll segue into No Way Home after this before we wrap up because we have some thoughts about No Way Home based on this too. But we'll stay on Amazing Spider-Man.
Is that no? What's No Way Home? Is that the third one coming out? Is that
Yeah,
what it's called?
yeah.
I forgot.
We'll talk about that after.
How's it going to lead into this?
No, well.
Oh, do you mean like multiverse wise?
Well, I'm talking about. I just hope they don't have the Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3 syndrome, where it's 10 million different.
There's too many. Yeah.
We can talk about that after.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying now. But what was I gonna say?
You're still on Goblin.
Who's the main villain in that fucking movie?
Electro?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about him for a second. He was okay. I didn't think he was that cool.
I like Jamie Foxx. Like Django Unchained is a fucking spectacular
Jamie
movie.
Foxx is a beast. Don't get me wrong. Jamie Foxx absolutely fucks, but I mean, not.
So I mean, the whole like it's a long movie too, man. Like it's almost like 2.5 hours, and it's because of that second act.
Yeah, it gets up there. Even I don't even know how Electro kind of sucked, and I really wished. I don't know, dude.
It's just an odd like. They gave him such an odd reason to be mad at Spider-Man.
Yeah,
like, hey, I know your name. I know your name. I swing off. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with you.
Yeah, kind of creepy.
A little bit.
Not funny. Not cute. Not quirky.
No.
Not any of that. Not interesting. Not entertaining. Just weird.
It's just odd. What's his motive? You hate Spider-Man for no reason.
You got bit by some eels, dude.
Yeah.
You got radioactive eel. Now he's eel man.
So do you agree that Amazing Spider-Man 1's better than Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah, by a long shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, by a long shot.
What do you think? What do you think of the suit though in the first one?
Not the biggest fan of it, but I mean, I didn't think when I was a kid, I wasn't. When I was a kid, I wasn't mad at it.
Oh yeah.
Made for kids, that movie. You gotta remember. These movies you're talking about here are made for fucking kids.
Yeah.
So I think if the kids like it, then that's already a plus.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like they're made for kids, but they know that like it's gonna be depicted. It's gonna be picked apart by
us
40-year-olds and angry teenagers. But like when I was a kid, I wasn't mad at that suit. When I was a kid, I still liked the second suit better, but I wasn't mad at the first suit.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite movie suit of Spider-Man.
That's fair.
Amazing Spider-Man,
fair, dude.
Because the effects they do on it, they make it look real. That's my issue with Tom Holland's Spider-Man suit is that they do like if you see the behind the scenes set photos, it looks great, and then they put the CGI over. They put a layer of CGI over the suit, and it just makes it look 10 times worse.
Yeah, I agree with you. It adds a weird. I don't hate it. I don't think it's much. I think I like it more than you do, probably.
I don't hate it. Like I still enjoy it. Like obviously it looks like the comic suit. Like it looks like classic.
Yeah.
It looks great, but
I think it's about perspective with the suits as well. Mm-hmm. Like what they're trying to go for.
Yeah.
And are they achieving it? Yes and no. I like that Spider Monkey suit though.
Oh,
that's what I call
it. The noir suit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the noir suit. I call it Spider Monkey suit.
Obviously,
it's fucking sick. It's like the funniest thing of all time. Thing is the Spider Monkey thing, dude.
The night monkey.
Was a night monkey?
It was night monkey.
I go. It's the night monkey suit forever. That suit is fucking sick.
It is sick.
The fucking blacked out Spider-Man suit, dude.
Because it also looks like sick, like when they did that suit, I don't notice the CGI on that suit as much.
Yeah.
Like it looks like I don't know. Like that's again, it goes back to the practical effects. The one thing it did really good with the Raimi films, I noticed some of the CGI and the swingings age pretty bad.
Yeah,
but like the practical effects they use in that movie, they still look great when it's practical.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in that Willem Dafoe, the Green Goblin fight at the end with that shit.
Oh, it's great.
Fucking real as shit, dude.
Like,
but Willem Dafoe. Anyways, he's the fucking greatest actor of all time. He's not, but he is. Like he's not, but he is.
But he is.
Like he's not gonna be. He might not be in my top 10, but he still is at the same time. It's weird.
Honorable mention.
So much. He's just so fucking sick, dude. Like he's so underrated. Like the Oscars always shit on Willem Dafoe, and it makes you want to like stab all the Academy members in the eyes.
Mhm.
Like, do you watch his movies, or do you just watch him and like sleep during them? Like, he's the fucking goat, dude.
Yeah, like he steals. He steals any scene he's in Spider-Man. He steals.
100%.
Yeah,
Now he's a TikTok meme, dude. Have you seen the fucking
I think
the
I've
thing
seen.
where
Yeah,
the sound where he's like, I started this business.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
scene. Oh, that's so funny, dude. Am I okay? Anyways, all that shit with him and Spider-Man, like dealing with like his business and like the suit and everything,
yeah. Mhm.
I think is so fucking awesome. I
Yeah,
love that shit. I always eat that shit up all the time. Where they're like, he's just kind of this fucking nut. He's just this nut. Like, he's never a nut
yeah.
in anything else. Harry like Osborn, he's just
Mhm.
like an evil guy, but he's a fucking nut job in Spider-Man. He's like if Bill Nye just like did rails of fucking coke all the time. You know what I
Like
mean?
the
He's
scene
just
where
like,
he transforms to
the
the
fucking
Goblin for the
suit is
first
gonna fucking
time.
work. I'm gonna fucking do it.
He's
Ah,
fucked. Like
it's
that
like
that transformation scene where he's like,
horrifying, horrifying,
it's fucked.
horrifying.
Like I
He
remember when I was a
and
kid, I was actually scared. Like,
yeah, like like everyone in this movie's here in the movie, and then Willem Dafoe's
the
right
foe's like
up
here.
fucking here, and I'm here for it, dude.
Hmm.
Like, he went for it, and I was there, and I loved it. Every second of it is awesome. I think he's the most
100%.
underrated comic book villain in a movie ever, is Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin,
I
and he
mean,
needs to come back in No Way Home if they bring him
I
back.
think we're getting him back. That's the rumor that he's the main villain.
Oh, fuck yeah,
That's why how well versed on you are you on like what's happening with No Way Home?
dude. The
So
past, I feel
we
like
can segue into that now
I feel
because
like the past month, my whole entire life's just been Canadian Tire, like eat, sleep, Canadian Tire. So like my brain is fried. So like I gotta be honest with you, like, and I'm trying not to listen to most of the theories because I just don't want to get like fucked by these theories, dude. You know what I mean? I feel like
I'm
they're gonna
the same thing with
fuck me.
WandaVision.
Yeah, like I'm after WandaVision kind of gave me like it kind of scarred me from like
That's why I've been
theories.
telling
Like,
Dooch the same thing too. But like, I just love the theories, like especially for
yeah,
this.
yeah, I know, dude. It's like, that's the thing too. Like, God, there's so much riding on these. Like this movie is like, because the thing is, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse comes out when?
February
That's
something like that.
after That's after No Way Home.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just
after
double
No Way
checking. There was
Home.
no trailer. I'm checking. There's no trailer drop today because apparently there's a rumor there's a trailer dropping today, but no, nothing yet.
For what, Spider-Man?
But it's literally
Well,
it's coming within it's coming this month though because apparently the cinemas have the trailer.
yeah, I mean, I would think July with Black Widow
Well, some
would be
people
a
said
good
that, but
time.
apparently Sony is producing that Peter Rabbit movie, and some people are saying it's coming with Peter Rabbit, which is an odd choice. Odd choice, but
Um, this
it's Sony. Like it's Sony.
fucking Peter Rabbit. You know what I mean? Every
uh,
time I hear Peter Rabbit or like any kids movie, I feel like I just get like a flash of the Paddington Bear in my face just because it's now like the most fucking, isn't it, like
I
it
don't.
has
I've
a
never
100%
seen
Rotten Tomatoes.
Paddington,
Paddington
but
2.
why is it so good?
Paddington 2 is according to Rotten Tomatoes is the best movie of all time technically.
I don't get that. The why?
Like, fuck Citizen Kane, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, just fuck everything else. Paddington 2. So every time I think of a kids movie, I just think of Paddington 2, and like it's like this. It's my sleep paralysis demon, is what it is. Paddington
The
2.
bear from Paddington.
Yeah, it's my sleep paralysis demon. Anyways,
So yeah, what do
um,
you know? What do you know about like who do you know that confirmed coming back? Like what have you heard? Like I want to see your perspective on what you know about this movie.
um, I I think it will be used for the Sony verse.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be used for. I think they're gonna. I feel like they. I feel like if I was Sony, I don't understand how, because I thought Doctor Strange's movie was gonna be the multiverse movie.
they're all linking. Like Loki starts it. Well, it's supposed to be WandaVision that started it, but I'm assuming like
But I thought that like the multiverse, like Doctor Strange movie, is gonna be like the first one that has like the big event with everybody in it.
no.
So if it's not that, then it's probably No Way Home in December. So if it's not gonna be the Sony verse with like Venom and like and fucking Jared Leto as I'm literally forgetting the name.
Morbius.
Morbius. Oh my! I forget everything on this podcast. By the way.
Well, because now we have Morbius and now we have Mobius with Owen Wilson.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's Mobius. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have both.
And then MODOK.
Yeah.
Didn't really work.
Hmm.
Joke was there, missed it. Bad idea. Anyways. So what do I know? I mean, I feel like I know everyone's like there's gonna be villains from other Spider-Man movies. And
Yeah.
that's what we're I think they're just playing Russian roulette with like whatever one we're gonna get. I don't think we're gonna.
I think
Probably
no
Jamie
matter.
Foxx.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx coming back because he leaked that himself.
The ones who I think are working actors still, like Willem Dafoe, like Alfred Molina might come.
Oh, he basically leaked it himself.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the interview or whatever.
He doesn't work much anymore, which is why I thought he wouldn't come back.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm just thinking like, I feel like the ones who are working right now expect them to come back. Like Willem Dafoe will probably come back. Jamie Foxx will probably come back. Sandman, I haven't seen the guy in a fucking movie since Spider-Man 3.
What did I see him in recently? I watched a movie recently and I saw him in it.
I think I did see him something actually recently as well, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it.
I literally list all the movies I watched for the year. Was it Easy A? I watched Easy A recently and he's in that.
Oh yeah, he's in Easy A, that is right.
Yeah.
But that was but still that was also like what, like 8 years
That was like
ago,
yeah.
Anyways, so like expect them to come back. But then like from like the huge ones, like the huge villains. So like now we have Osborn from Amazing Spider-Man.
I don't think he's coming
not
back.
Osborn. It's not Osborn, sorry. The Lizard.
Oh,
Dr.
I think the rumor is what I've seen now is that because we have Vulture and Mysterio already.
Yeah.
They're not going to be a part of this version of the Sinister Six. There's going to be a multiverse Sinister Six and an MCU Sinister Six.
Okay. You think you think it's really going to happen?
Well,
that's a lot of fucking that's a lot of story and villain to
I don't think it's all gonna be in this movie though, because you got to think about it, because there's already 3 villains set up in the MCU for Sinister Six: Vulture, Mysterio, because he's definitely not dead. If you think Mysterio's definitely not, no. And then they've already set up Scorpion. He doesn't have a suit yet, but they've set him up.
Yes.
And then you bring in the multiverse Sinister Six. So you got Alfred Molina, you got Jamie Foxx, you got Dafoe. There's 3 already.
Venom.
And then you got Lizard, Sandman, and Rhino.
What about Sony's villains though? Weren't they planning to use
Well, have you've seen the trailer for Morbius, right?
Yeah, the Spider-Man posters in the back.
And Michael Keaton shows up at the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, he's there, yeah.
So I don't think they're gonna incorporate this yet, but I think that the shifts in the multiverse from this movie will allow that. But I think no matter what, I think they're just gonna say something like, "Oh, they're in the same universe," or something. Yeah. Like they'll work it in. It's also, you gotta remember, because it's fucking Sony, and Sony wants to do their own thing, but they know they can't survive without Tom Holland.
No, they can't.
Like everyone wants to see Tom Holland face Tom Hardy. It's pretty well known at this point.
Yeah. Like, I don't even know if I want to see that, to be honest.
That's the thing. This movie has to be 3 hours.
I know.
And then Matt Murdock showing up like Daredevil?
Apparently he's not.
I heard he is, because I heard
he is too, but I'm pretty sure he denied it. I know.
Like,
I want to see him show up though. I want to see Punisher show up, dude. Fucking John Bernthal.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
He's so sick as Punisher.
Well, the thing is, like, besides of Spider-Man, like Matt Murdock actually makes sense for this movie. Because they have to because Peter's identity, and apparently they're gonna go to court and stuff over it. Like, that makes sense. Like, that actually works into the plot. You don't have to see him as Daredevil. Just see him as Matt Murdock.
Yeah, for sure.
It makes sense. But like, if you want to have like Toby come back, Andrew come back, it has to be a 3-hour movie. And Strange is in it. Like, Doctor Strange is confirmed to be in it.
Yeah, he's in it.
I don't believe this stuff. The only stuff I don't believe that is going to happen whatsoever is that apparently, like, they're like, oh, Emma Stone and Kristen Dunst are going to be in the movie. Like, no, they're not. Like,
everybody, you know what this is going to cost, dude?
A lot of fucking money. That's what, but it's also going to make a fucking shitload of money.
You know what? Listen, if there's one movie that will make a lot of money that I don't think will make a lot of money, it might be this movie. Just I'm probably I'm talking on my ass. Spider-Man movies don't do well financially as they should do. They always kind of sort of flop. I feel like they always do. They always should do more, but they never do as much as I think they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
They still do good though.
I think both MCU ones have broken $1 billion. No,
No, no,
really?
they barely broke 100.
Man, they broke 100.
Barely broke 800. I meant sorry. I said 800. Yeah,
Spider-Man Far
of course they broke
From
100. I'm not a fucking idiot.
Office. Bro, it made 1.132. Far From
Ooh,
Home.
did it
Far From Home.
actually?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Spider-Man Homecoming box office.
Was
Okay,
it like 600?
Homecoming made 880.
Okay,
I was gonna say
I was
I'm pretty
wrong.
sure Far From Home broke
I
$1
was
billion.
wrong. I was wrong, dude. Never mind. Yeah. Fuck. It'll definitely it's gonna pull some fucking it'll pull some money.
I could easily see it becoming the second, like top 5 highest grossing movie in MCU.
forever.
I think with the build up, because remember, like there's way more Avengers fans than there are specifically just Spider-Man fans.
I know.
So I think it'd be like, obviously I'd love to see if it broke Endgame, that'd be dope. But like, it also depends. Are they gonna show Toby and Andrew in the marketing?
I hope they don't.
I hope they don't either. But it's Sony.
I want to see it. Yeah, they're gonna show them. If it's Sony behind the trailers, then it'll be
It
in the
is because
marketing.
it's all the marketing goes to Sony. That's why like it can't
They're
base
horrible
off
at marketing, so that's great.
like Amazing Spider-Man 2. They showed everything.
Yeah, Rhino.
They showed Green Goblin.
Green
Didn't
Goblin.
have to show that.
Yeah.
Showed all the Sinister Six stuff.
Yeah, they did in the trailer. There's that shot. Yeah.
That's why, like, I don't trust Sony with the marketing of this movie because I don't want them to show. Like, I don't care if you show me Jamie Foxx or Alfred Molina. At least show there's some sort of multiverse and we're all tripping out.
Yeah.
But you don't have to show me Andrew and Toby for me to go watch this movie.
No, definitely not. That would just be pointless. I don't think it should have been Civil War either, to be honest.
I remember, yeah, I don't think it should have either. But I remember
Great trailer reveal.
Like
I went nuts.
Oh yeah.
Imagine if it was the theater and they're in fucking and they go to Queens.
Man,
You know
I remember I was literally in class on my phone watching this trailer and it cuts because it shows like, you know how it does the cut and then they have always the scene after the cut at the very end. And Spider-Man shows up. I remember I'm in like, we have MSIP at Meyer, like public school. I'm fucking freaking out at MSIP because Spider-Man just fucking showed up. I'm like showing all my friends that are in MSIP with me. They probably don't give a shit.
He's here.
But I'm flipping out.
I showed my dad. I was like, look at this.
Yeah. Like,
he's like, okay.
And then have you watched Outer Banks? No.
I'm not. I was thinking about this morning actually. I'm like, I feel like I'm a loser because I don't like the show.
It's honestly not the point of the show, but they have like the song that they like Left Hand Free. They have that in Outer Banks.
Yeah.
But everyone relates to Outer Banks. I relate that to
it to Queens.
When Queens shows up on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I always say that. I said that like the other day to my friend. I'm like, everyone loves that song, and I'm like, dude, been on that fucking song.
Yeah.
2016. I've been fucking bumping that song. I love that song so much.
Like. So I don't know. I just really hope they don't show Toby and Andrew. They probably will though, but
is what it is.
But I think no matter what, the trailer is out by Black Widow. There's no way they wait any longer because
August, September, October, November, December. So what, like 5 months?
And that's usually because they still have to drop a second trailer too in between that.
Yeah. So yeah, the longest it'd be is probably Black Widow. Yeah, I would say that's fair. Especially if if it's like out everywhere in theaters on July 10th, then it will be in the States.
Yeah, it's just us.
You know what's funny? Because a year ago I was like, yo, fuck the States. Like we have Tenet before you guys because we're doing fucking good and you guys suck ass. And now they literally having full ass arenas like unmasked.
Yeah. Yeah, and we can't go to the fucking movie theater spaced out. Like, just let me go see it spaced out. I just want to see it in the theater. That's all I care about.
Dude, I'll pay extra to go see it in theaters too.
Same with Quiet Place Part 2. Like, I want to go see that in the theater.
I do too. Yeah, I
like the first one. I haven't seen it in a while.
The thing is, I have a good home system. So like, I will probably go see it in theaters.
Yeah.
But if I'm feeling cheap that day, might not. Because I can just stream it for free. But especially if I hear that reviews aren't that good, then I probably will just not go see. It depends though. When's it coming out for sure?
Quiet Place Part 2?
Isn't it already out?
It's out, yeah.
Yeah, it's already
So,
out. What am I fucking saying?
but
How long has it been
apparently
out for?
next week, and it'll be at the drive-in. I already looked. It's that and Top Gun together. Very weird combo, but
I'm not a huge Top Gun fan. Is that
I honestly I've never seen the full movie. I've seen parts of it.
it's I think it's like okay. I just feel like people like dads like that movie because they're
Oh,
like
my parents love Top Gun.
you know what I mean? Like it's like dad. It's like a dad movie, and like I don't
Yeah.
mind it. I don't think it's shit. I'm like I'm just like not a big Tom Cruise guy to be honest at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like him like in pretty much anything that he's in. So
You gotta give some credit to Mission Impossible. Mission
Mission
Impossible.
Impossible fucks, dude. The movie
Yeah.
it fucks. But I mean, like, I don't know. I watched Top Gun and I'm like, okay, this is okay.
Yeah.
Sure, this is like the most 80s fucking isn't it
Oh,
early 90s? Anyways, I think
something
it's
like that.
90. Yeah, but point being is it's so fucking. Oh, I'm not going to go see it in the drive-through just to go watch Top Gun and Quiet Place 2. There's got to be different. There has to be paired with something else as well.
No,
Isn't
just
it?
those two together.
Like that's it.
Go to the
They don't
first one.
change it up ever.
No, they will. They will.
Yeah.
But this is
So I want to go see this. I don't want to have to wait.
June 11th to the 21st. So screen one's Jurassic Park and Jaws. That's pretty dope with the drive-in. That's a good pair.
Mhm. That's a good pair.
Quiet Place Part 2 and Top Gun.
Mm-hmm.
And then Peter Rabbit 2 and Jumanji. Like Welcome to the Jungle, like 2017 Jumanji.
Yeah.
Which I mean they always have a kid screen.
Yeah, of course.
So like I get it. Like especially that screen one's pretty good for the drive. That'd be pretty dope with the drive-in, Jurassic Park and Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
But like I feel like you could have went with something different than Top Gun to pair with Quiet Place Part 2.
Quiet Place 1.
That even? Yeah, like anything.
I don't know. Like I don't know anything else, dude.
Like
Literally anything else besides Top Gun. Jurassic Park would have been a great one with that one.
oh
actually.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Fuck
honestly, yeah. Pair those two together.
Fuck yeah. Jaws. I watched Jaws last year at the drive. I watched Back to the Future and Jaws.
Oh, I want to go see back. Like I saw fucking Grease and Ferris Bueller. You can assume why.
I like both those movies. Well, yeah.
I like Ferris. I'm not a huge Grease fan.
Go fuck yourself.
I'm like.
No, I it's fine. I love Grease.
I love Ferris Bueller, but like Grease.
Yeah. I like Grease more than Ferris Bueller.
No, like I'm like man.
I don't think
like,
it's better. I just like it more.
Like I'm sorry, but I don't want to see a 40-year-old man as a high schooler.
Yeah.
Like it's brutal.
I mean, he wasn't 40 then, but it's fair.
Like
he was like 20, but
no, like John Travolta's friends, not John Travolta.
Oh,
friends.
Yeah,
his friends.
That one guy who plays the bully. I'm like, dude, you're fucking 35, dude.
Yeah,
you're 35.
These big Italian guys. Fuck
yeah. No, it's the one blonde mean guy is very clearly. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, like even some of the girls though too.
Yeah. Fucking Rizzo.
Yeah.
She looks 30, dude. She acts 30 as well, but yeah.
It's like what Riverdale thinks they are right now.
Yeah. Riverdale is low. That whole Archie comic is Loki just Grease.
Pretty much.
That whole character is literally just kind of like is Loki just not. I'm totally wrong there, by the way. But
is it bad? I still
aesthetically.
Like I still watch Riverdale just for the cringe. Like I enjoy, like I'm so far invested into this show since I've watched it since the first season. That, like I can't like I need to watch the whole thing.
I thought it was actually a decent teen drama.
The first two seasons in general were pretty good.
Pretty solid. Third one.
The fourth one got better. The
third one, Sully minus the landing.
Like it was brutal.
Yeah, Sully, but like into the water, like that fucking Malaysia.
Yeah,
that's what that was.
How far into the show did you get? Like how like?
I got pretty far into season 3, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. I literally couldn't.
I forget. Did you see the floating? Did you see the floating babies or no? I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead fucking serious. That's what that show has got to, man.
Did you see the floating?
Because Benny's mom's in like a cult, her mom and her sister, and they have floating babies over a fire.
I don't remember. I don't remember if I saw floating babies, dude.
I can't remember
I,
if that was in season 3 or the beginning of season 4. But there were floating babies.
Riverdale.
What even is the plot of season
Floating.
3? I can't remember. Is that the one with the board game or no?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then season 4.
It was like D&D, but like real life. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Literally, the plots of season 3 and
Um,
season 4 kind of just come like, man, but in season 5, they did a time jump. They're all like 7 years older. Yeah. Yeah.
what the fuck, dude? I don't remember what episode is that? Episode 1.
Season 3.
Yeah, apparently. I must have been on my phone when I was watching that, I guess. Cry baby, cry. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Just a big long pause there for a second because we're just dying apparently. Because okay. Anyways, that fucking show. I might get back into it. I might go on Netflix and see where I left off and see if I want to get back into it.
It's
But
just fun to watch just because like the writing in that show is fucking brutal.
I did see the one scene though. Before I watched it when there was that. Ended up going viral.
Oh, the highs and lows of high school football. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I joke to Christina about that all the time. It pisses her off.
Does she love it? That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
It's hilarious. It's and they meme it itself. Like in season 5, they have a joke and they meme it itself. Like Jughead goes to Archie. He's like, "Please don't bring up the highs and lows of high school football." Like they know it's a fucking meme.
What happened to them dating Jughead and what's her face?
Betty?
In real life. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. They were together for like 3 years, some shit.
Yeah, they were together for a minute. She's a dime piece though.
That's the thing. Like all the girls in that show are dime pieces.
Absolute fucking pieces, dude. They're all insane. Bro, what's her name? Veronica's the redhead chick. What's her name?
Oh,
her name.
Cheryl.
Fuck, dude. Here's the thing about redheads. Dude. Either 10.
Yeah.
It's either 10, 5, or 1. There's 3. Because there is 5s.
Yeah.
5s. Or there's 1s, dude. 10, 5, or 1. That's it. That's all there is. She's a 10, dude. An absolute fucking. That show way too fucking erotic though for fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like it gets way too.
Well, now they can be.
They're in high school.
They did a 7-year time jump now.
Thank God.
No, the funniest thing. Oh,
wait. What do you mean time jump though?
They jumped. So after graduation, they did a time because what was supposed to happen was the end of season 4. They're supposed to graduation.
Because when you say time jump, I hope you mean they just skipped time.
Yeah, they
didn't actually go through like a okay.
No, but they did show some parts of that like before. Basically, Archie went off to war, but the montage they showed of him in the war took place on the high school football field. You could see the goalpost in the back. Like
refreshing.
And Jughead's a drunk author now. Betty's basically Adam Sandler's character from Uncut Gems. Not Betty, Veronica is basically Adam Sandler's character from Uncut Gems. And Betty's an FBI agent with a lot of PTSD. And Cheryl doesn't leave her house. She just paints at her house with her old grandma. Doesn't leave.
Oh, fuck, dude. I want to kill myself right now. What time is it? It's 1 o'clock, dude. How long have we been going for? Like, this is ridiculous.
Like almost 2 hours.
This is fucked, man. You just absolutely ruined my day. Like, so Archie goes to war, and you're saying they shot it?
On the football field.
But they didn't think that anybody would notice.
I noticed it in the trailer. I didn't even notice it I saw it in the trailer first.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Like,
why does CW punish us like this?
I don't even want to talk. Like, actually, have you watched Superman and Lois at all?
No, I don't want to shoot myself after watch.
No, it's actually really good.
Oh,
because HBO Max, like HBO funded it, so the effects in it are actually really good. I'm only
fucking
like,
thank God.
I think it's like 7 episodes in, and I'm behind, but I don't record. I'm on like episode like 4 or 5, but it's
Mhm.
actually pretty solid. But like
Okay,
the
good to
Flash,
know.
when I stopped watching the Flash after like season 3,
I think season 4. I think I had enough.
because it's the same shit.
Season 4 I had enough. Yeah.
Because I grew
I,
up, I watched Smallville when I was younger. Smallville is a
yeah.
fucking goated show.
Smallville was maybe the most underrated show of all time. Smallville.
And they did the villain of the week thing in the Flash, but they made it 10 times worse. Because you had the villain of the season, and it was the same shit every season. I'm the fastest man alive. No, you're not. There's another faster guy than you.
And he has to become faster than him.
Yeah, and then you race at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, that's literally it.
Like,
I think Flash had cancer.
like,
That's what I would have done.
and then apparently Iris wasn't that bad when I watched the show, but apparently she's 10 times worse now.
Yeah, she got worse. Yeah, season 4 falls off.
It's like
season 4 is where season 4 is okay. Val Kilmer, right? Val Kilmer in the 90s, and then that's season 1 to 3. Season 3 is like Val Kilmer, Batman Forever. This is where we start going. Okay, all right, okay, and then season 4 is Val Kilmer when he gets like depression and like just becomes a fat slob. And then that's the show is just like the rest of that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because whenever I heard, I didn't get
like
this part of the show.
Season 1 to 3 is like Robert De Niro, like Taxi Driver, like Mean Streets, Taxi Driver, Godfather 2.
And the rest is Robert De Niro.
And then season 4 is The War with Grandpa that just came out. That's that. Do you know what I mean?
Man, because I saw the clip online of this of like the We Are. Have you ever seen the clip of the We Are Team Flash line or whatever? Like We Are the Flash.
I heard about it and then I stayed away from it because I didn't want to kill myself.
Yeah, like no, you're not the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw a clip of Barry breakdancing in Star Labs in front of Cisco and Caitlin. He had a full breakdancing montage.
That's great. You know what? What's underrated in that show though? The Kevin Smith directed episode where they do the musical.
Oh, I never got to that. That's why.
Yeah, it was actually, and it was like a fun episode. It was fun.
Well, yeah, because he was on Glee, right? What's his face? Grant Gustin was on Glee. I'm pretty sure.
Glee?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Same with the chick that plays Supergirl, Melissa Benoit or whatever. So they're both on Glee.
Oh, fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck those guys. Fuck them. Fuck Glee.
I'm assuming, and then I haven't touched. Glee's, I watched.
It's a malignant tumor. That show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's brutal. And then I watched the first seasons of Legends of Tomorrow. It's actually pretty solid. I liked Legends, but again, like at some point I just stopped caring.
Mm-hmm.
Arrow, I have the first 3 seasons of Arrow all on DVD.
Yeah, fire.
Because like Arrow,
fire. Gotham first 3 seasons, fire.
I gotta watch all of Gotham. I've only seen the first 2 seasons, but I know it's still pretty solid.
Three's cool. It gets interesting. They go really into the Gotham lore. Like they really get into that fucking,
which is cool. It's something new. Like
100%.
Batwoman didn't touch. Haven't seen an episode of it.
Yeah. They're introducing fucking Batwing
or whatever.
Yeah, it's like why.
And then Jordan Fisher is Impulse on the Flash. See that poster? Like they did him dirty. The suit actually doesn't look that bad, but that poster did him fucking dirty.
Did him absolutely dirty.
They did him absolutely dirty. And then Supergirl, I think I watched like the first like maybe 10 episodes.
Hated it.
Like
did not like any of it. Supergirl, I
like her. I like Melissa Benoit.
She's in Glee, so I hate her, but I don't respect her. Or Grant Gustin, because they were in Glee. If you were in Glee, like die, please. But she's cool, I guess. She's a decent actress.
Yeah.
She's in Whiplash as the girlfriend, and she's good.
I honestly don't even remember if I picked that up or not. I can't remember. Yeah, I've seen Whiplash, but I didn't remember that.
You have to watch it after you watch
Supergirl.
Yeah, or like pretty much. Like you have to watch it like because I remember watching it when I first watched Whiplash, and I'm like, oh, so I didn't watch it when it came out because I was like, whatever. I would have been like fucking 10.
Yeah, same. I only watched like literally like less than a year ago.
I wasn't 10, but I would have been like 11 or 12 probably when it came out. So I watched it like 2 years ago probably at this point. I was like, oh wow, it's Melissa Benoit. She's actually in other stuff. Cool. But now I know that she's in Glee with Grant Gustin, and it's not a good look in my opinion. No. I think Glee is horrible. Anyways, I hate Glee. If you couldn't tell, show makes you tell. Like there's Glee, Grey's Anatomy.
I don't want to get into Grey's Anatomy.
like all that stuff. I hate. I think those shows are like malignant tumors.
That's why I see This Is Us and I see Justin Hartley, who played like the OG Green Arrow in Smallville, and I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
what are you doing?
Hey, guy, what are you doing? Stop. Like,
Like,
fuck that show. It's only for moms, dude. It's only for moms, but like teenage girls like it because FOMO. I don't know what it
that's
is.
why,
Like, I don't
like,
know.
especially Grey's Anatomy. My parents have never been into Grey's Anatomy, which I bless them for because I never had to see it on my TV in
But
my
my
house.
mom is kind of into it. My dad is a Young and the Restless guy.
Yeah, but that's like
Um,
my
Young and
grand.
Restless.
Like I've everyone's into Young
Yeah,
and the
Young and the
Restless.
Restless.
Like,
I feel like Young and the Restless is just kind of like it's like a
it's
numbing agent. It's a
Canadian
numbing agent.
culture.
Yeah. It's a Canadian like numbing agent. It's just kind of
Yeah,
like Canadian parents use that to like they come home from work. It's late. They're drinking and like it's a numbing agent. It's like it is alcohol. Like
yeah.
it's toxic. It's bad for you, but it takes the pain away. Is what it does.
That was basically my mom with the Ellen Show before she got accused of everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew Ellen was a bitch from just the fact that she had that show in the first place. I think you're a bad person. If you have a show about you being a good person, you're a bad person. That's how I think of it. That's how I look at it. I
Yeah.
never liked Ellen. I always thought Ellen was like the epitome of like being a bitch because like when you have a show about trying to be a good person, I feel like you're a bad person. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't trust you.
No.
It's like when you get like I feel like if you wear a wig and like if you're not somebody like if you can grow hair and you still wear a wig just because like you have a shitty hairline, it's like I don't honestly think I can trust you, dude. Like especially if you're a guy and that's the thing now like guys wearing wigs and shit like that. Like
Yeah.
come on, what? Come on,
I
just
love
go
how
bald, dude.
I love how we tried to
Go
list out
bald.
our topics before this podcast, and we
Yeah.
went all the way from reviewing Loki to bashing Ellen's wig.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't have a wig, but bashing wigs
Ellen,
with
Ellen in
next to Ellen.
general. Yeah.
Yeah, Ellen in general, and just people who resemble Ellen's moral identity. I think she's a fucking horrible comedian as well, but that's
Yeah, I
you
don't
know what? When I
mind.
was a kid, I didn't mind her like her '90s stuff when she would like whatever was like
Yeah.
sort of lesbian, and uh, I thought she was actually okay, but I think she's like not funny either. And like I just feel like I like it's the same thing with like late night shows like now. I
Hmm.
don't think Jimmy Kimmel's that funny anymore. Like he's a really talented comedian.
Yeah.
And like I think his stuff on his show now is horrible. Same with Fallon. Fallon's still okay, I guess.
The only thing I don't like with Fallon is, and that's like a main
Seth Meyers
criticism.
is so political all the time.
Yeah.
It's like God like try like can you just try not to be like it, like you should Trump like you owe Trump debt. Like he literally was paying your bills for 4 years just
Yeah.
because of how much shitty jokes you made off of them, and fucking people were like, "Yeah, that's great,
Literally
great comedy,
SNL.
Seth. Here's an award." It's like none of it was funny.
SNL during election season.
Yeah, SNL during the whole entire fucking presidency of Trump. CNN as well. It's so funny, dude. The ratings are like fucking plummeting because
Yeah.
they can't talk about him now, and no one gives a fuck. Because
Like
like
again, I don't really have like a major political opinion, but it's just funny to see all of it.
it's so annoying, dude. Like I don't even like really like Trump. I just hate the fucking like the dick. I hate dick riding. Do you know what I mean? I think
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's so fucking cringe, dude. Like I think I've been defending SNL. I defend SNL all the
Oh,
time.
like I
I
still
try
like
to defend
SNL.
SNL and I can't. I really just can't anymore. I can't. Especially
Yeah.
after the Elon Musk episode. Like I can't. That like TikTok doctor skit,
I don't think I've
dude.
been blessed with seeing that, so I'm gonna stay away from that.
Please, dude. It's fucking
I think the
traumatizing.
last skit I saw that I actually watched was the Olivia Rodrigo in the pool hall one.
I didn't watch that.
We're talking about driver's license, and I kind of laughed.
I didn't see that one. What was that? What was that?
It was like they just kept making jokes about driver's license, and they basically called Joshua Bassett a bitch. And then like I'm dead serious. Like he posted it on his TikTok.
It's hilarious.
That's
Then I
basically
have to
it.
watch that one. But Pete Davidson's all right.
Yeah, like I like
He's
Pete,
all right. People, he carries like their viewers, like in
and I
terms
like
of young,
Keenan
like young
Thompson.
viewers. Yeah, he's funny. Keenan's always been
Yeah.
funny. Keenan's always been funny. Like I think that like the last OG cast, which I grew up with, like Kristen Wiig, Bill
Yeah.
Hader, uh,
Oh, Andy
uh,
Samberg.
Andy Samberg. Fuck, dude, what's his name? Oh my god. From Big Mouth. He's in Big Mouth as well.
Was
Not
Nick
Nick Kroll.
Kroll on SNL?
No,
No.
no, 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 no.
John
He's like,
Mulaney?
n- was he really? Did he ever? Was
I
he on
don't.
SNL?
I
Really?
don't think so.
No,
I'm saying
no.
names.
Fred Armisen.
Oh, okay.
Fred Armisen. Like that whole cast. Like, I think they're.
Well, that's one of my favorite ever skit of SNL's on. It's the shooting one when Shia LaBeouf's in it and they walk in and they shoot in the apartment and What You Say starts playing. You ever seen that skit?
Now, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You've reminded me of that one. We see what you say. I
Yeah.
remember that one. All the Bill Hader stuff is amazing. Everything he's done. He's Bill Hader's. I think Bill Hader's the last good, like not good, like he's top 5 for me.
Oh
SNL
yeah.
cast members ever. Bill Hader's like one of the funniest people I've ever seen.
I want to watch Barry. I've heard really good things about because I really like Bill
I
Hader.
need Luch watch. My brother watched Barry.
Yeah.
He said it's fucking sick.
Yeah.
I gotta watch Barry, dude. Bill Hader fucks, man.
He was probably one of
Carried
he
it
was,
chapter 2.
Yep. I was literally just about to
Carried it.
say that.
Carried, dude.
Man.
I almost contacted his agent to ask if he needed like Cairo, like from carrying. It's so
Man.
like his back must have been in so much pain from that.
I could probably
Carrying
do
that
a
movie.
whole podcast episode just on it and it chapter 2
We
because
did.
it
I think me and
yeah.
Mike did. I think
because
yeah.
it chapter 1 was one of
I
my
watched it
literally one
twice
of
in
my
theaters.
favorite horror movies.
It's
It's not really a horror movie, but it's one of my favorite.
It's growing off of me at chapter 1. I think I feel like the novelty of that movie for me is like growing. It's like wearing off a little bit, but I still think it's a super solid horror
Yeah.
movie.
And
Me,
then
me
it
and my
chapter
buddy actually had a
2.
debate about this other day in a group chat. Like me, Matt,
Yeah.
my friend Mike, who I do the podcast with, has a brother Matt. We're close as fuck.
Yeah.
So like, we always talk about shit, and like we're talking about horror directors like top 5 right now, and I don't think he was mentioned. What's his face? I forget everything. The guy directed it.
I don't know.
He's directing The Flash now. Andy Muschietti.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He did fuck it. I forgot what it was. He did a horror movie that was kind of popular when it came out. And obviously he did it in it chapter 2. And like in terms of modern horror movies, there's not really many good ones. There isn't a lot. There's
Hereditary.
yeah, there's like a select, like I would say like there's less than I think that there's maybe like a couple handfuls of like of really solid horror movies that came out in the past 10 years.
Basically Ari Aster and everyone else.
It's like, yeah, it's Ari Aster. Like Conjuring 1 and 2 are pretty solid.
Conjuring 1's, yeah, that's
Conjuring. I like Conjuring 2 I think Conjuring 1 and 2 are like are pretty solid. The whole jump scare thing, like this whole thing with like quiet, super loud noise right after is like the cheapest, like the most disgusting.
That's why I like Hereditary, because Hereditary didn't need that to be scary. It's just a fucking creepy movie.
That's the thing is like, when I want to watch a horror movie, like I want to be disturbed. I don't want to sleep after. I don't want to be paranoid of a fucking loud noise. I want to be like, I want to question my fucking reality after and like sit there and be like, I'm fucked.
And that's Hereditary.
And even Midsummer. Dude.
Oh yeah, Midsummer.
Watched it late at night. Dude, didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. I couldn't. I wasn't scared. I was so uneased by what I saw. And it's not like they just show graphic. Like it's not like it's just graphic for being graphic or like it's like it's perfectly placed stuff. I think Ari Aster has to work. He has to work on his second act, like not his third act and second act. Like there's that little gray area in between the second act and third act where like you're transitioning from that point. He needs to work on that because it's very bad. It's like it's always the dullest part of his movie. Like, and he already has pretty long movies anyways that are not dull, but they're slow burns. So when you have a super dull transition from your second act to your third act, it's like it can really he's lucky that he does a really good job in his first and everything else.
Yeah.
But like Don't Breathe.
I haven't seen Don't Breathe, but I've heard about it.
Watch Don't Breathe.
Is that by Ari Aster too?
No, Don't Breathe is Spanish.
I was gonna say
his name. Spanish guy. I forget his name. But Spanish guys in horror, I don't know why it always works. Anyways, point being, Don't Breathe it fucks, dude. That like Don't Breathe, I feel like kind of kicked off. It was like Don't Breathe, Green Room, Witch, It Follows. Like they really kicked off that like kind of art house horror. And then you get Conjuring 1 and 2 are like they kind of they were like the modern, like the very
and like
modern,
Insidious, the first Insidious.
Yeah, like Insidious, Conjuring 1 and 2. those like I don't think Insidious. I've never been a big Insidious fan.
I take the
Like
first one more than anything.
Saw kind of was like I'd say Saw might be the granddaddy of it,
Mm-hmm.
of like the art house horror stuff, that kind of like
Yeah.
the modern take on like these more 70s and 80s art house stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Keep using the word art house. It's annoying me. But I love Don't Breathe, and the sequel's coming out soonish. But yeah, horror it's a genre that like it needs a change, and
Yeah.
like we've been getting it like with the Lighthouse. Have you seen Lighthouse?
I've seen parts of it, not the full thing though, but
Gotta
I
watch the
know.
whole thing, dude.
Defoe,
It
obviously.
Yeah, fucking Defoe and Pattinson,
Yeah.
Batman, Joker, done. Cast it. You're
Done.
welcome, Warner Brothers. You're welcome. Hire me, dude.
I've seen the fan
Defoe.
casting of it. It does look dope for Defoe.
Defoe, if he did it, he would become the best Joker ever. And that isn't a hot take. That is
A fact.
it's an objective statement, is what that
Well,
is.
yeah,
It's
because I
about
would
as
say
objective as 1 + 2 equals
with his
3.
Green Goblin, it already has like Joker mannerisms when he did his Green Goblin. Like,
Yeah, is what he was, dude.
yeah.
Um. Anyways, but horror in general, just it's such a hard genre to keep fresh. I feel
Yeah.
like, and people like Ari Aster are like necessary to keep it. Like I think James Wan, I think he promoted that shitty jump scare culture
Yeah.
in horror movies that I just hate.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy with the way he is with his stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, dude. What else do we got? I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I think I wanted to do Euros, but I think we're going on 2 hours now,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna have to edit the whole fucking 2 hour podcast now. And I wanted to do Euros, but
That's okay.
we'll do Euros. I'll have you on. Maybe I'll have you on after the Euros are finished, and we'll talk about the Euros
Mm-hmm.
after that. But yeah, everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Curtis, want to plug your whatever you got going on Instagram, whatever it is, OTL.
Yeah. Work for OTL. Work with Mike. If you want to follow my Twitter, Curtis_Rines.
Beauty, absolute
Basically
fucking
it.
beauty. What's the IG?
Curtis Rines.
Curtis Rines. We love
Yeah.
it. We love
Yeah.
it. We love it. Thank you, Curtis, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Me and Mike are still planning on doing a watch along eventually to some shitty movie. We're thinking we're gonna do Unhinged for our first one. Have you heard of Unhinged? Have you heard about you know what that is? It's that movie with Russell Crowe where he's fat and he's in a car and he gets pissed off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but
we
yeah.
want to do a watch along to that, dude. I'm craving to do that. But follow the Instagram Mike Watch, Mike Leo Cal on Instagram. I've been working with OTL as well, writing stuff. So go follow OTL Sports. Hopefully me and Curtis can get some other stuff going on there soon. That'll be some sort of expansion, but we'll see if that ever happens. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening.